I've watched this loop now for 10 minutes, and I'm ready to not watch it. I should probably find my controller. Huzzah. You need to... I want to start fresh with all these games, so... Let me just erase... We'll erase the top one. Pilotwings should be a pretty self-explanatory game. If you've never seen a Pilotwings game before, a bunch of different vehicles. They give you a bunch of objectives. They start getting real weird towards the end. And each grade level gets progressively harder and progressively longer on how many things you have to complete. I think what I'll try to do is just balance it out. I could just go like one vehicle at a time, but I think I'll do one class at a time. Character select. We've got Lark, we've got Kiwi. I mean, they all have terrifying faces. I don't know if I should probably just kind of swap through them all. We'll start top left. Gotta see them all in action, gotta hear those great voices. Alright, fly through 3 rings and land on the landing point. If I remember right, these first ones are pretty basic. Ooh. They give you hints. Scoring. Every stage has slightly different scoring. The biggest thing with this game is like landing accuracy is not an easy thing. Curious how the frame rate is on this game. It's been so long since I've played it. This will be a good test. I think I've played the original Pilotwings on Super Nintendo more than I've played this one. You've never seen a blurry video game. So it's worth noting, I have the smoother turned on right now. I don't know if that's part of the problem or not, but the bigger thing is it's one of the 2 launch titles, so... Okay, I was going too fast. It's gonna take a minute to to get an idea of how fast I can go. Pretty sure I rented this once and did not vibe with it. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. I do think some of the later missions are more interesting than the early stuff, though. Like, you have to start like fighting like robots and stuff. One of the levels is like a miniaturized version of America, which is kind of funny. I'm pretty sure there's a fake Mount Rushmore that has Mario's face on it, and if you shoot it with a missile, it becomes Wario. Nice little Easter eggs, you know? Alright. Not the greatest landing. Not in the center, which is what we want, but 94, it's enough for a gold, so we'll just go that. The crew does have a tiny America. It's a much smaller America than that in this game, though. Rocket Belt's probably my favorite.
Here we go.
Oh, these voices. Yikes. Hit the balloon floating above the castle, land on the landing point. Seems simple enough. President Wario's canon now. I mean, I guess Mario's also on it, so... I don't remember if there's other Nintendo characters on it. I think they might just be presidents? I don't know. This game has a lot of camera management. If you hit the Z button, it does like this like weird hover thing. Seems good enough. Look at that perfect score. Can't get any better than that. that give me a different medal? Like a platinum or something? Anything? I could get like 101%. No, it's still a gold, so. I can't become a perfectionist in this game because it becomes just too hard. Oh, look at this ship. Goose is such an American. This is definitely where a lot of my frustration with this game comes with this vehicle. Because after every mission, you have to land back on the landing strip, and getting accuracy on the landing strip is so stupid. It's not as hard as landing in like Top Gun, no, but I'm probably gonna like, we'll see. I'll probably get like perfect accuracy my first time and just completely throw myself out of the picture. Like I'm a liar. Frame rate really does dip when you turn back towards things. I think, is this the same as Woohoo Island from the Wii games? That's the other question I have. Oh, I'm going way too fast. Maybe? Maybe not. Hello, Slugnacious. How's it going? Oh, I almost did a perfect run. I should have known. What did I lose points on? Landing impact, because I bounced a little bit. How many Fly Through the Rings games does N64 have? This isn't as bad as Superman, but there's a lot of rings in this game. Honestly, I just don't know how long this game's gonna take. Okay. So worth noting, I have smoothing turned on right now. Let me try turning off smoothing for a level and see what that makes it look like. Do hang glider first. I hate these. It's gonna dip out for a second. Hold on. So this is no smoothing. I'm gonna do a level like this and see what it looks like. My understanding with the smoothing option on this box that I'm using is some games it looks better and some games it looks worse. So this will be the more authentic experience. The text already looks way worse. Alright, so first class, 1 mission for each. Now we get 2 missions for each. I think it just goes 1 more each time. The text looks better in your opinion? Alright. I'm also like, I'm for whatever reason, I'm playing this on a 4K monitor, so even though it's at like 640 by 480 resolution, I don't know if that has anything to do with what it looks like for me. Take a photo of the flame coming from the oil plant smokestack. Land on the landing point. Oh, that's not the right button. See, this looks way worse to me. You know what? It's the authentic experience, right? I shouldn't have tapped the A button. Actually, can I restart? I think this is good though. We gotta see the good and the bad. A little everything. How do I use my camera? I didn't look that up. Is this G? Okay. Yeah, a lot of the hang gliding missions are take a photo of something, then land. Sometimes it's take a photo of a few things and land. I don't know. I probably should have looked at the sample photo to see what they're looking for. God. Picking up speed. Okay. How was that? Was that good? 83 points. Not great. So what's my best photo? 40. That's it, 60. That's the perfect shot. Also, I keep dropping frames, so let me know if it gets rough. I'll try resetting some stuff if it gets real bad. I don't actually have it running, so I can't see what it looks like. I think I need all golds to get the bonus levels, and I think that's going to be my goal for this game. I don't need a gold on everything, but I need a gold overall between the 2 levels. So, luckily they don't make you do them all in one run. Oh, chicken dive. This sounds pretty good. Oh, that Josh mode is so good. What's up, hero? How you doing? Fly through as many rings as you can and then land. So they don't even expect you to do all of them. That's not a good button. Oh, fuck. Let's try that again. I don't know if I like this. Hello, Red. How you doing? Oh, God. Oh, my God. There's just a wall. How? Okay. Well. This could be good. Hey, Jape. What's up? Have you ever played Pilotwings? I gotta know, is there a community for Pilotwings? I missed one. I'm dipping, dude. God. Okay, this is gonna be difficult, actually. Alright, alright. Good to know. I don't blame you. Let's form a toxic community. This is only like the first difficulty. I still got points even though I died. Could you die on both levels and still get a bronze? It might be possible. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. This might take a little bit. I hope you like watching death animations. If I can be real though, I think this game's fun. It still feels pretty good. It doesn't look great, but the controls aren't too bad. Okay. I need to get into this. This is not good. Turned like the wrong direction. I don't think I've ever finished this game. I mentioned that earlier, but shit. I don't think. Okay, I need this. It's the most fun in N64. Is this okay? Is this better or worse than Super Mario 64? So I said it in my stream yesterday. I was gonna come up with a rating system before this stream. I didn't do that. I'm gonna do it. I probably need a little bit more time to figure it out completely, though. This is actually the middle of 3 Pilotwings games, because there's one on SNES and then there's one on the 3DS, which I think was a 3DS launch title, I believe. Because Pilotwings was the word. The Super Nintendo one was like one of the first Mode 7 games, right? I don't know. Is it Mode 6, Mode 7? I don't know Super Nintendo very well. Alright, I'm still 20 shy. The goal. Gritty reboot, but spelled Pilotwings just in all caps, like it's yelling at you. It sounds aggressive. All right, I gotta get the gold. I think that's the trick. I'm wondering if I should just get through the levels and then come back to better them. I'll bang my head against them for a little bit. And if I'm not improving, I'll switch to something else and come back. I want to see what all the bonus modes are, because I don't think I've seen them all before. This level is really boring. I guess it's just a matter of learning how to land properly. I mean, it seems kind of lazy to just make a list, right? I was like, what if I make... Oh, God. Oh, don't start on fire. Oh. Just that scream. Alright, let me try that again. Am I calling... Okay, I've never actually seen ranking of fighters. I just kind of know about it, so... No shade, no shade. I thought it'd be more fun to have a definitive point system where everything has its own score, and then you make the list from that. But then you can have subcategories. You're like, oh, this is the best looking game. This is the game that has the best sound effects when you die. This is the best box art. Like, some of this box art is so lazy. I haven't lied to you yet. I'm gonna be honest. That stream yesterday took a lot out of me. I don't think I've ever streamed quite that long before. Also, I got really lucky on that first one. 12 points. Played Mario for 7 hours straight. I mean, yeah, I guess. Add death animations as a category. It doesn't seem like there's an animation. You know? How do career streamers do it? That's a good question. So I've committed to streaming every night for the next 7 days until at least next Saturday. And I'm already like, I'm gonna be so tired. Because I've got a full-time job on top of this, so... But you know what? I love Mario 64, you know? I have to say every game is the best something. That's not actually a bad idea at all. Alright. So I think I want to get as close to the ground as possible. Impact is like, you don't want to like float above it. Alright. Better? 81 points. Is that an improvement? No, it's not. Let me try it once more. Are you saying like I should give every game an award? Make like a little medal for it? Put it on the box? I think my best idea so far is just like best I gotta know what has the worst box art, because there's some real bad ones out there. Best hang gliding game. I mean, Playfire 63 third. It's the only game I know where Santa Claus can put you in his asshole. You know? We'll get to that later. What? Did my wing hit it? Shit, I gotta get it together here. Again, my photo's not that great. I want to see the sample photo. I guess that'll tell me exactly what they're going for. Okay, so I want to get right up in there. You've got to be happy with that. Yeah, my game plan, I think, for weeknight streams is we'll probably do them in about 3-hour chunks. So, it depends how I'm feeling. in 3 hours, but that's what I want the minimum to be at least. Game number 3. I just looked it up and I already forgot. Oh, it's Wave Race. Oh yeah, Wave Race is great. I'm expecting this. Wait, I can still go after I burn? What? Damn it. I gotta learn how to land. He's shaking his head. That's not a good sign. Is that like Wave Runner? Yeah. It's jet skis. Jet skis. Jet skis. Apparently, originally it was actually like a motorboat game. I was looking at kind of the history of Wave Race because I was curious about it. Wave Race is the first game I ever bought with my own money. Fun little fact. And I remember there being like a code in that game to ride as a dolphin. You know? No, Hydro Thunder is a different game that's on the N64, actually. Do I lose points for burning myself? Okay. This might take a little time. I got good photos that time though. How did I get a perfect photo the first time? Wave Race is also a pretty short game. I think any like racing game for the most part is going to be in a pretty short frame. Racing, fighting. I mean, I need some that are quick because I was in my head doing the math and I was like, well, let's say I play an average of 5 hours of each game, which is a pretty low estimate actually. You're talking 1,500 hours pretty much to get through all the games. It's a lot of time. Shit, I really don't know if burning myself is bad. I mean, it is, but... I didn't land on the target. I got a good photo, though. It's either this or I could grind out the other level. Could take up the rest of my life. You know, whatever. It's good to have goals in life, right? I always get myself into these projects that are way bigger than I can handle. I'll keep doing it as long as I'm enjoying it. I feel like someone's got to document some of these games because the N64 is an overlooked system for sure. Sometimes it's for a reason, you know? Use the brake to slow down midair without necessarily stopping. All right. Thanks for the tips. I'm glad to take any tips because I'm not an expert. I didn't actually realize... Actually, where are the controls? I didn't know that there's actually a brake button, unless you just mean, Oh, so it's just A, okay. I gotcha. Thank you for stopping by, Prophet Goddess. Have a good stream. What's the first big RPG? There's not a lot of RPGs on the N64. That's the reality of it. I mean, probably Quest 64 is probably like the first one. Ogre battles towards the end. Paper Mario's towards the end. Aiden Chronicles. I haven't actually played. I have it actually coming. It's on the way right now. Getting toasted. Hello, Warbreaker. How's it going? They gave it a 0.5? Shit, dude. Oh, that was a mistake. Alright, let me actually look at this tip that you gave me and really take it to heart, because I didn't really think about it. Okay, so kind of just slow down as I go. I can do that. I can handle that. Man, a 0.5. That's rough. I don't even know what else you would classify as an RPG other than like those 4 games. Probably like Mystical Ninja, maybe? I don't even know. Watching the VOD. That's some dedication, thank you. Okay, I got you. Thank you for the tip. I think this will definitely make it easier. I think the key is I can't pull back while I'm landing, right? Okay, that was too much, but come on, come on. Okay, I get what you're saying though. I think I just gotta get used to it. A little bit too much. You should probably be holding back at the end. I mean, yes, but I don't want to hold back when I'm in the air. Oh yeah, someone else has to teach me, like, if I want to make sure I'm saving these VODs. So I just highlight it as one big highlight? Is that the deal? Just find where the game starts to where it ends, highlight that. Is that how the kids do it? It's like I said, I'm saving them all locally, but I want Twitch to eat my VODs after a while. So I think it'd be good to have them around so people can like check out their favorite games if they want. Because who wants to watch all these games, right? Most people aren't good about saving VODs. Oh, I know that. I don't know if those photos were good. Look at that. Gotta be good, right? He's shaking his head no. It's the photo. The photo sucked. Oh. You really gotta like perfect each little part of it. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, they give like those little cues. I do think, by the way, I think the hang gliding stuff's gonna be the hardest, so after this bit, I'm hoping the rest of it goes pretty quickly. It's my least favorite vehicle, I think. If you can call it a vehicle. It's a fine art. Good to know. I'm here to, to master it. Have you played a lot of Pilotwings? It's just been, I've definitely played a fair amount of Pilotwings. It's just been so long since I have. Should probably also learn if burning actually hurts me or not. Gyro rocket hang glider. I gotcha. Alright. Fist pumping. That's a good sign. 93. I'll take that. That should be good enough. That just means I have to get the other one. I got to get the other one to an 87. Might be easier said than done. We'll see. The slowest fist pump I've ever seen. I mean, it's not great. Because I think I need all golds to get, like, the bonus stuff. I think to get a good score, I really need to bank on getting all the rings here. But the last one is... Oh, I missed one already. The last one is so hard. Oh, actually, that didn't go too bad. Oh, Cure Horn 18-wheeler motion. You know, you're not wrong. Okay. Oh, perfect. Come on, give me it. 73. That impact. It's a honker. I got the accuracy, but yeah, that impact's bad. Lots of impacts. Yeah, the first time I went through it, I was banging on that wall quite a bit. I only missed one ring, I think, though, so not too bad. So hello, Congo Jack. How you doing? How did your Mario run go yesterday? Did you play quite a bit of it? Because you were playing at the same time I was, weren't you? Rage quit. You know what? I get it. I came pretty close on Tiny Huge Island. It was a rough one. Oh god. You know what? I'm just gonna take the L. I don't want to see the replay. I want to just replay. Wow. That's a tight turn. You just noticed it like twitchy when he died? Yeah, it does a little. The camera kind of gets stuck too. I got all the rings that time. You want to see how I crashed from different angles? No, I can't relive it. It's because I'm playing as Hawk right now. I should try a different character. Maybe it'll help me out. Oh god. You know, it's just the control stick on the N64. Accuracy not always its strong suit. I think I enjoy doing this over and over though than the photo taking one. I mean, really, if there's anything I want to get out of these streams, I hope that, like, nostalgia, I hope a lot of people get some nostalgia out of these streams, because it's kind of fun reliving this old stuff. Even if it, like, ruins the picture a little bit in your head, like, it's cool to see this stuff again. I think that's the main reason I'm doing it. Not that I've played all these games, but I used to rent a lot of games. From the Power Ranger game. That should probably be a quick one too. At least on what I played that one stream. God, I'm so slow right now. Oh, bad accuracy. I got all the rings. That landing awful though. I can do this. I got this. Yeah, my first console was a Genesis, but like N64 I think is when I really started getting into games. So it's what I have the most nostalgia for also. Oh. Wait. Did I just change orientation when I hit that wall? Incredible. If I can get the chicken part down enough that I can just focus on the landing, it'd be very helpful. $87. That's the magic number. I'm just waiting for that one time, because you know what's going to happen in the stream where I miss what I need by 1 point. It's got to happen eventually. If I could get like halfway through this game today, I think that would be the best case scenario. Well, I mean, if I get beyond halfway. As much as I want to play a bunch of these games, I need to get through the list. There's a lot of games to go. God, I'm going so slow right now. So what is like the impact exactly? Is that just have to do with the speed I'm going at? Okay. That felt good. 92. He's done it. Gold, baby. It's how you land. But, like, what does it mean, though? Like, can I just not bounce? Is that the deal? Kind of run into the center. I'll figure it out as I go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, here we go. Little states. Just like a little America. That was bumping on the target. Okay, I got you. Hopefully I'll get better as I go. Fly through the 9 rings, land on the landing point. This is where I think I need to kind of get camera management down. This first one's probably going to be pretty rough, because I just need to figure out where all the rings are. Alright. I wish there was just a retry option there. It's probably easier to just crash. I mean, my goal right now, I'm gonna try to finish everything. That's my goal, honestly. So I will play more than an hour of most games. It's more like the stuff that's like sports games, puzzle games, racing games, like things that don't have definitive endings. That's where I kind of have to figure out how long I'm playing those. Excuse me? So it's going to be a case-by-case basis. Things with endings, though, I just want to finish. I think that's the real goal. I don't know, though. I might also get to the part where, like, some games are literally just too hard for me to finish, so... It'll be a learning experience. Yeah, and there's some games, like games I know really well, I just want to get done quickly. Like Mario. Like I could have milked Mario for more time easily, but I kind of just went through it as fast as I could. Banjo-Kazooie, that game I'll go through real quick. Stuff I've played like a billion times. 84. Okay. I only lost 10 for time. I thought I would have lost a little bit more on that, so. We'll keep that score for now, see how we do on the other one. Land on each floating pad in order, then land on the landing point. Alright. I remember these levels for sure. I can't remember if it matters how close to the center I am on these. Oh god. Okay. We'll work on not doing that. Rip leggies. Do I have like duck feet? Look at my feet. So my legs are just sticks. I gotta see how the scoring works for these. I probably should have checked. That sounds right to me too. I think you're correct on that. It's all the targets, right? Rocket Robot on Wheels is a game I've never played, so that'll be interesting. Oh, that point deduction. I think I could get it perfect on this. 3 points short. I think it'd be easier to improve this one than the other one. What's wrong with duck feet? Look. It's fine, you can have duck feet, whatever. I guess, like, Robin, like, they all have bird names anyway, so why not?
Here we go.
I do think this will be the easier one to improve, so we'll just go with this. Does someone want to confirm for me unlockables in this game? Like, you just need golds, right? You don't need perfect scores for anything? Like, I'm not doing perfect scores. Do the different pilots matter at all? No. I mean, maybe different hitboxes, I suppose. My god, I did the same thing. Yeah, the game modes, that's kind of what I'm wondering, if that's just, I think it's just golds, right, that you need. I think that's my goal for this game, is I want to unlock all the modes. As long as none of them are too difficult. Okay. I got the same score. Is that deduction? Oh god. Should really switch this camera. What just happened? Okay. Don't drag your feet. Did I lose like 10 points there for dragging my feet? I'm starting to wonder if the other one actually might be easier to gain 3 points on. Come on. I mean, really, if I want to do this, I just got to get impact figured out. Like, once I do it properly, I think I'll get a good idea of... Like, should I just be... Get to the center, hover... Let me see what that gives me for impact. Okay. I mean, I guess you can't get any better than that, right? GG. Light as a feather.
All right.
Fly through as many rings as possible, land on the runway. Okay. Easy peasy, right? If I remember right, is this one's just one big loop of rings, I think. I think after the first world of this game, I don't know, like, I don't know the levels quite as well, so. It's way up there. I think there's also, like, the Mecha Hawk stages, right? Where you shoot the robot guy. I always liked that guy. I didn't think I was gonna clear that. Okay, where's the next one? There it is. Ooh, thank you, thank you. Who's cheering for me? This is a lot longer than I remember this level. You were, thank you. This is just practice for Superman. God. Look. I might have not been paying attention to the screen. We're just gonna take the L on that one. And if I killed anyone with that rocket, I'm sorry. My god, I missed that rank too. Aggressiveness. Oh god, we're hitting this hard. That's not a smooth landing at all. Hello, Smash Brother. How goes it? Big ski free Yeti vibes. That's a much better score than I expected with how bad that went. I think that one will easily improve. If you fly underneath something, you get an ovation. Hey, at least they give you credit for that stuff. Destroy the 3 targets, land on the runway. You must destroy every target. Receive time point. Okay. I know how to fire missiles now. Let's see how accurate this bad boy is. Alright. How many rockets do I have? Do I have infinite rockets? Oh, look at that shot. How'd that miss? There we go. Easy peasy. Now I just gotta bring it home for the boys. Not the best impact, decent accuracy. I think we might be able to work with the score. I think I had to have great time on that. I'm fist pumping. That's good. 97. Awesome. Oh, look at that. I got the gold. That's exactly what I needed. Easy peasy. Get bonus levels. But should I do the bonus levels as I go, or should I come back to them? I mean, might as well try it. I don't remember these at all. I'm gonna practice on getting that voice down. That sounded awful. Select the pilot, aim for the 4 cannon targets, 3 shots per target. Your best score for the 3 attempts will be recorded. Fire. I can handle that. So this is like target practice, huh? Oh shit, look, it's Mario. Oh my god, how do I know the angle I'm supposed to go at? I guess you kind of just... Oh. I guess you don't have to aim up very high. Like Angry Birds. That's what they should have called it. Oh, that was too high. If I hit Mario's nose, do I get bonus points? Alright. Count for win. It's like archery. Holy shit. That was way too hard. Yeet the game. Not a bad name. It's really hard to tell. Oh, I can change this. It's really hard to tell the angle my cannon's at. I'm gonna try it down here. Halfway. Not hard enough. I guess that's why they give you 3 tries. Yes? No. Zero points. So they get progressively harder too? I'm assuming they probably do. I do need a good score on all of them, yeah. I'm just kind of figuring out angles. If I was smart, I would like write down the angles and I would know exactly what I need to do. Which might be what I resort to. We're all about scheming a little bit here. This is the money shot right here. Look at this. Look at this accuracy. This is more of a fact-finding mission right now. Seeing what works. 14, baby. I'm guessing it's probably locked in, the wind. Where does it even show me the wind, actually? God, it's so hard to angle this, because I can't see. good angle. I just gotta do it a little bit harder. Oh, that's pretty good. Not as good. I don't know if I like this cannonball game that we've found here. Is it the blue arrow? You know, I've been trying to figure out what that blue arrow is the whole time, and I don't actually know. I kind of want to come back to this. I'm gonna try it once more. This one, I think I was like here. Yes, just not so hard. Okay. Not hard enough. Ta-da! I think I was like here. Was that a door opening? What was that? I at least am hitting the target this time. Oh, that's no good. No bueno. Try... This is the one I didn't hit at all, right? Pretty sure. Try like 15. Full blast. Not too bad for a first shot. Crank it up just a little. I don't think I've gotten a perfect score thus far. Oh, it looks great. A little bit too high. I think that's my best score so far, though. Like this one, I can't see it. Oh, I'm sure there's probably a pretty easy way to get perfect scores, like, consistently. Like, if you wrote down the exact numbers and stuff. Oh, not a good way to end that. I didn't even get a bronze. I feel like I have to try it again while it's, like, fresh in my brain here. I kind of want to come back to this minigame, because I'm not feeling it right now. It's easier when I hit it the first time, because then I can just make, like, the little adjustments I need. It's almost identical. I just want to shoot for medals on these. Unless I need a gold to unlock the next level, I don't know. Oh, that's way too hard. I can work with that at least. I'd move a little bit down and fire right about here. $21. I mean, I'll take it. I think I did what, 15 last time? Full blast? A little bit higher. Left. Like 20? Oh! This looks good. There we go. Blue arrow is the wind. It doesn't really seem to be... Oh, they're gonna make me do it again. It doesn't really seem to be affecting me too much. On this one, at least. Alright. Can I do well on this one? I'll say this one stinks. Oh, I see. So the bottom actually does show you where the target is. Does it? No, it doesn't. West. Am I gonna hit it? I'm gonna guess that the wind becomes way more, oh god, way more of a factor on the later levels. That seems to be how these games usually ramp up. I'm guessing this is just a pretty light wind. I really need to like hit this target well. Shit, too hard. I really blew it. I got the bronze at least. Right in someone's office window. I think I'm gonna come back to Cannonball. I'm gonna get it done. But I wanna just get back into the nitty gritty here. I'm gonna go the other direction this time too. Fly through every ring, land on the runway. Yada yada yada. Shit, another plane. Oh yeah, see this blue arrow is way bigger. I think I get it. It's a weird way to show wind, but I get it. Could blow up that cruise ship right now. Ha-cha-cha-cha. They never saw it coming. Oh god, there's bonus rings underneath there. Okay. I think the white ones, I'm guessing, are worth more. I don't know. Oh, shit. Okay. Mistakes were made. Oh no, I need to get it, don't I? This seems like a level that'll be easier once I get a feel for where the layout is. I'm making another pass, which is probably a dumb idea, but have to do it. Wow. I don't even know how I hit that. I'm guessing bonus ones are worth more points. Because they seem like they're the harder ones. Yeah. Richification is getting owned. You're not wrong. Is that a spaceship? Be like Texas. It's little states. I think so. Shit, it's taking off right now. What timing? It's killing my frame rate. NASA. Not the greatest accuracy on that one. I'm still getting a fist pump though, so 84. When I got that deduction, it would have been way more comfortable, but we'll go with it for now. Destroy all 10 missile targets, land on the runway. Ah. This seems a lot harder than the last target one. Definitely need to get used to using my brakes on this one. It's oh god. Okay. I think I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with this one once I get the a route figured out. Metal Horizon is a cool. Where is this target? Loop around. Gotta be somewhere. Actually, I'm surprised I got that good of a score on the last one, because I forgot that I did that round. Sounds like a Sonic Adventure stage, that's why it's a cool name. That's a miss. Please. Anything that's Sonic related is just my wheelhouse. Oh god. You gotta do like a trench run. Maybe that's the strategy. God. This is too tight of a turn. I don't think I have a chance on this one. Or is it in like the trench? Of course it is. How did I miss that? Beggar's Canyon, yes, Womp Rats. Okay, I'm definitely taking a different approach next time in this level. God. This is gonna be just an abysmal time. Can't turn tight enough. There we go. Am I landing on a different strip than I took off from? I think so. shit. It's... I'm hitting it from the wrong angle. Oh god. My time is so bad that I'm just gonna take this risk. I'm not gonna have a great score anyway. Not very smooth, but fairly accurate. Yeah, it's all about winging it. It's pilot wing. Still managed a 75, so that's nice. That landing was better than I expected, though. I think we do them all, then we improve based on the overall score. Giant robot Mecha Hawk is attacking the city. These were my favorite levels, I think. I'm sure they're cheesy as hell now. But if I remember right, this guy just like throws shit at you. Something like that. I don't know. Is he a... I just remember him like being like a Godzilla-like creature. Just roams the earth, waiting to die. What a great yell. Ah. Where are you at? Oh, weren't tight enough. Oh my god, right below me. He running with me or he's running away from me? Is he like even terrorizing anything, or am I the problem here? What did he do? He threw a rock at me after I shot him. Moving targets, and not even once. I bet this guy can be exploited somehow. His time doesn't seem great. Nintendo cryptid. I think that's a pretty accurate explanation. He's just running right at me, and it's making this very difficult. He'd throw rocks even if I didn't shoot him? He's the problem then. I don't feel bad about it anymore. I love him. I feel like I should do the... If I remember right, if you shoot a rocket at Mario's face, he turns into Wario. I'm gonna do that on my next run. He's purposely just like juking me here. I guess you just have to make like a wide pass each time. This guy for Smash. He should be an assist trophy at least, right? And if you punch him, he goes, "Roar!" Perfect. It's the perfect plan. Mother, you son of a... Please, come back. I'm just trying to make too tight of turns. He's on to me. If I make a wide enough approach, he can't touch me. Does he have a mustache? I need to see like a close-up picture of this guy's model. Because he looks important. Looks very important. This time bonus is going to be rough. Let me tell you. Alright. Wider loop. The metallic version of the guy I'm playing as. I don't believe that. Is that true? Are you yanking my chain? I guess I am playing as Hawk, huh? Oh, hell yeah. Look at him go. I can definitely do this better. Oh shit, I forgot about fuel. I don't have time to make another pass. Now or never. Impact, not the greatest. Time, not the greatest. I feel like that's an easily improved score. Really, other than the time points, that would have went better. Still got a bronze. Alright. I need to see if what I remember is correct. So if I change my character...
Oh, yeah.
Does it change to a different... Oh, it's always Mecha Hawk. That'd be great if it was like Mecha Robin. I'm gonna try blasting Mario with a missile here. See if the rumors are true. So I seem to remember reading this in the old magazines back in the day. I think it's over here, right? Yeah. But if you shoot Mario... Oh, hell yeah. That's how it's done. It's a me, Wario. I'm just gonna restart this level since I wasted a bunch of time doing that. Yes. Wow! Rumors are true. Underneath Mario's face is a Wario face. You just gotta peel it off like an onion. Like a clove of garlic. I think if we snipe him, it just makes it easier. These shots are awful. Alright, that's one. We'll just take the wide turns. You can peel that off to reveal another Mario face. It's like a Russian doll. Just nesting forever. Mario is Shrek. Oh, hell yeah. He's running directly away from me. Oh my god, how did I miss? It would have been the Wombo combo. That was the perfect shot. Did you see that? God damn it. Robbed. I almost had that chance that second time, too. I don't like these levels as much as I thought I did. No? I could just get him to run in the right direction each time, this would go a lot faster, I think. So I'm already at like half the time I was last time. I got so much more fuel. Hell yeah. Gotta land this bad boy and I'm out of here. God, I'm going so fast. That impact is not going to be great, but the accuracy should be good. Do I at least get a fist pump? Yeah, I do. 87. Not quite as good as I was hoping for, but... Oh, there's so many points I need to make up. I might have to do that again at some point. Upgrade it to a silver at least. I think the smart thing here... I'm gonna do river run again first. We'll make another pass through all these levels, see what's easy to improve. Really, this one, if I just wouldn't have hit that one bridge, like 92 would have been enough points to coast. I guess the goal is just to get everything over 90, right? If I can get a really good score on one, I don't have to work hard on the others. Ultimately, it just comes down to the landing most of the time anyway. Alright. Bonus ring. Cheer for me. Thank you. I guess the question is, what do bonus rings do for me? Do they make up other ring points? Are they part of the ring total? I don't actually know. Pretty good run there. A lot of it's just gonna come down to the landing, I think. I feel like I've got max points in the bag here right now. Rocket. My frame rate. Not get along. Okay. I feel good about this. I feel like this is a really good score. I think it's gotta be 98, yeah. I don't think I need to improve that anymore. So now I need to make up 10 points. I think getting a good run on Metal Horizon, it's a matter of getting a good target, like, path. I guess I really need to focus on... This one might take a couple tries, because I need to figure out a route that isn't awful. One. That should hit. Apparently not. Oh, are you kidding me? Look, at least there's not accuracy points. Alright, I know that this one's trench. Hollywood. This is Hollywood? Excuse me? I think there's one down here. Yeah, this is post-apocalyptic Hollywood. I mean, this isn't a great run, but it's way better than the last one. Oh my god, don't speak too soon. Mother Pearl. I couldn't pull out of that turn. I think I can. I'm almost wondering if I just start with the trench, because those are the harder ones, and then get all the ones outside on my way back. Each character has a different balance. That's interesting. Sounds like Flanders Scream? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, this is too tight, I think. Oh, not bad. Okay. I feel, oh god. I feel pretty good about this. I forgot that there was like a giant rock there, though. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. One of those has to hit, right? I don't know if... Oh god. Perfect. I actually feel like this is a better run than the last one, because I don't have to like do any. I mean, I kind of had to turn around there, but I didn't have to do a full. I still have to hit this last target. Speak too. If I remember right, this ramp I have to adjust for. Right? I don't remember. I feel like it was. Yeah. Oh god. I want my time points, or I wouldn't be doing this landing right now. It's the best landing. Is it enough? Good accuracy, actually, but... 96. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, accuracy's fine. Impact. Wow. Okay. That's enough. I got it by 1 point, didn't I? Nice. This shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Crash into every balloon. Oh, I forgot there's ones that have like a bunch of balloons. Then land on the landing point. You must hit every balloon. Receive time points. Okay. Oh, now I'm remembering there's like the ones where you have to push the ball into the goal. I used to love doing those. Because you don't... Oh, shit, I split. Excuse me? I feel like I need to do camera management on this one. This is probably more of a fuel management one, actually. Fucker. There's got to be a better way to get these ones that split. What? Did I just bounce off it? Excuse me? Gotta do it at a mighty force. This game and its physics, I tell ya. Still another one. Okay. It's all the balloons, right? I think so. Damn it! I didn't mean to touch the ground. I still got an 80. I'm replaying that one right away. I tried to go too fast at the end there, and ended up landing. Rookie mistake. Apparently, though, I had the full time bonus on that one, so I made okay time. What? What? God. Okay. Cold water. Don't touch. This is going way worse than last time. The first balloon went way worse, but I feel like this one's going much better. I think the rocket pack is just like the easiest one to do. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that's okay. Can I do any better than that? No, can't. Gives me a lot of wiggle room. Fly through every ring. I like how it's just called more rings already. And land on the landing point. All of them don't get affected by the ring. I mean, that's a good point. The wind is not strong enough? I don't know. It's just N64 physics. Oh, timed rings. I forgot about those. Probably should have went to the other direction first, now that I'm looking at this. Alright. I just gotta remember which ones are timed rings, I guess. You gotta always be going at the right direction. Assuming these are all the same. Shitting me? No. I think this is the one for making up points. If I remember right, like the balloon ones with the goals, like it's just pretty much just a time thing, nothing else. So I think this is the one where I'm gonna have the lower score. Oh, there's over here. Are they up? Must be up. Done it. Alright. Landing was pretty good. 75 points. Yeesh. I don't remember how many I need for the gold. I might need 180, so I might have to redo that level. Yeah. You get some oomph behind this. There we go. This is like Rocket League. This is the predecessor. The way the balls, or the balloons bounce on the water also leads a lot of questions about this world. I think that should be enough. The Glover mission. It's just strictly a time thing. 100 points, easy peasy. Oh, so I have enough for the gold. I guess I was only missing 25, so that makes sense. Munchkin Space Ghost Coast to Coast? I mean, yeah, I guess. Never really thought of it that way. Shit, I gotta do this now?
Here we go.
My apologies in advance. Hang gliders, like the photos on these get so tricky. Use the thermal current to ascend to 400 meters, then land on the landing point. Alright. This is probably where most of the time will come from, is these silly hang gliding missions. Okay. I think I've made a huge mistake. We're going down. Speed. I forgot speed's kind of an issue here. Alright. I think I know what I need to do. I gotta drink some water. I mean, 0 points seems acceptable, right? I think I just need to gain some speed. And once I get into this... kind of let it raise me up. That wasn't enough of an oomph. I just need to get a feel for it, and I think I'll be alright. Turns and swoops. Do I have enough height here? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. I don't hear it, though. Okay. I just gotta figure out how to do it without losing speed, and I think I'll be alright. I'll give it one more go here, but... oh. Now what I figured. Go back to the last current. It takes so long, though. I'm an impatient person. I swooped too early. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can get some height from this one. Doesn't take as long as starting over. I mean, that's a good point. I'm assuming, though, there's like a time bonus on this, right? Maybe there isn't, though. Let it take me like a tornado. I don't know if I'm high enough right now. Oh. I really thought... oh, there we go. Alright. I think if I kind of like toilet bowl it, you know? Just kind of take a loop around it. And I stay in it long enough for it to raise me up high enough. I mean, I really only have to hit 400. I like how there's another one on the other side. I guess that's probably like a safety strat in case you, God, I haven't done one of these landings in a while. I know I'm gonna mess this up. Because there's not much space to land here. 400 at least. What? Too fast. Oh, look at that face. That is horrifying. Can I get another loop? Who animated that? It's terrifying. I was awarded 0 points for that one. It's not a short mission. It's horrible what I did to her. Look, I didn't think I was going that fast. I thought at least I would have landed there. I don't know if I'm high enough here. It's gonna be close. I might have to swoop back. I just really want to get a good landing on this because I don't want to do it again. These levels aren't great. $300, I think. Around there should be good. I think that should be enough. Okay. I'll try to land it like the copter and see what happens. I do think I'll get a good hang of it over time. Question of how long it'll take me. I get really nervous about hitting the center, but I guess a landing is better than no landing. I really overshot that. I'm gonna get a feel for it. It still gave me more points than I expected it to. I'm gonna come back to that one. We'll just get a point listed and everything here. Take photos of the fountain in front of the hotel, the whale, swimming in the Gulf. The 2 photos. The whale. Great eyeballs on that bad boy. The fountain. Okay. This one might be helpful to see on the whale fountain. So the landing point is at the fountain. That's interesting. Can you land at either of these? No. There. Man, taking 1 photo was hard enough. 2 photos, though? Crazy. I don't think I want any air right away because I need a picture of the whale. Where's the whale? Oh, it's right there. But I think I've hit a problem here. That I went too low. Can I get back to this? Maybe I can. Hell yeah. Smooth sailing. Oh, 3 photos per. I forgot I'm taking 2 photos. Do I take this one as I'm landing? Must. That seems odd. Slowed down way too early there. I mean, I guess I could take the photo, swoop around, and then land. That's what I'll do. God. No. Okay. How are my photos, at least? My photos were actually pretty good, so that is comforting. Which one? The whale was bad. The fountain... Actually, the first fountain picture is my best shot. That was actually a perfect shot, so I don't even have to get that close. Hello, Shibby Pod. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to learn the grace of flying the hang glider right now. Challenge. I need a better whale picture. Do I want to hit the whale face on? Or is it just... Oh. Oh god. Mistakes were made on that one. I only got 19 points, so I feel like I need to hit the whale from the front. Like, that's what the sample picture is. In which case, I need to, like, get ahead of it. Man, I've already been streaming for 2 hours. That's nuts. Time flies when you're playing Pilotwings 64. TM, TM, TM. All the turning is not great on this thing. Losing the whole time. The whale gone underwater. It's turned the other direction. I'm getting ass picks. I definitely not have a lot of speed here. Hello, friend. Oh god. Well, no. The whale has turned me around, and now I am swimming with him. That was a perfect whale photo, though, apparently. Okay, so I don't have to get him face on. I just have to get him in frame, I think. I think that's the whale needs to be in frame. We'll check that score. I don't think that was as good as my last one, though. Get some height here. I know I don't need to get as close to the fountain as I did last time. Again, I think it's all frame. Sorry, I'm just talking myself through it. Like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think the key here is to keep my speed up so I can turn around. Don't hit the tree. I can go around to this. Okay. I think I've got at least the path. That's true, the whale is half battle. No, the fountain's the other half. I think the landing is also half. There's 3 halves to this scenario. You gotta realize I'm terrible at landing still. I did not get any height from that, and I'm a little bit nervous about this right now. I'm really nervous about this right now. I'm so close to sea level. Okay. 96, holy shit. I think that's good. I don't think I ever have to do this again. I'll take it. That was a pretty good landing. I was a little scared that I was too low, but... Oh. What is the other test? A perfect vector. See, I knew I was good for something. I mean, I knew I was lucky. Land on the landing point in exactly 3 minutes? Oh god. I don't remember these. So I've got to just like swoop around here for 3 minutes and then hit the target right at 3 minutes? Yo. I need to know what I'm dealing with here. I probably should have looked at the map. I don't like how this one's just gonna take 3 minutes every time. There doesn't seem to be any current, so there's one. I'm gonna say I probably shouldn't have swooped so low. Oh, I really shouldn't have swooped so low. Alright, well, we know for next time now. You can pause and look at the map. Thank you. Okay, so it's on the other side. There's 2 air currents. I think I'm too low for this one, but might as well try. I'm gonna take some photos of my death. Alright, so time points is 70% of the battle here. So if I have a terrible landing, as long as I hit that bad boy right at 3, that's 70 points. I think I swooped too low again. We'll see. I can just coast over here. Actually, this is a pretty good height. This feels chill, though. I feel chill right now. Just zen-like, drifting through the air. Not a care in the world. Got some banana speed going here. I need to kill 2 more minutes. Try Birdman after this? Alright. I don't think I remember. Is there any like goal to Birdman, or is it just flying around? I seem to remember it, because you're just a hideous Birdman. Actually, hitting this target right at 3 minutes is going to be very challenging. Now that I'm thinking about it. You'll see, okay. I'll do it. I can do it. I think if I go over to this one and turn around... I don't know if that's too much time. I haven't actually looked to see how big the target is. Like the platform around it, how much big order might. I feel like this is here for a reason. Okay. Got 20 seconds left. I think what I'll do is kind of just cut into this a little bit. A little bit of air. Turn. Oh no. Oh no. We're not gonna panic. I don't know how high up this target is though. Please land. Oh no. I've wasted too much time. That was not the greatest landing. Actually, the landing was pretty decent for points. I didn't mean to clip that, though. I got a lot of points to make up. I mean, the first one I can make up. Here's what I'll do. I will try a Birdman level, and I'll come back to that next. Which one makes the prettiest bird? I mean, America, right? No score. Enjoy flying. There's no test for Birdman. Fly like a bird. Flap wings. I don't like this, like, crotch camera. I'm not worried about reliving my good moments. That's fair. I'm not super worried about VODs, for the record. I just, I want to do it right, you know? This is some smooth jazz. Change my camera, but just look at this view. He's going outer space, boys. Look at that speed. Just flapping away. How high up can I go? I'm losing speed here. This is how Icarus died. Man, I can see the whole island from up here. How high up can you go? Oh, I don't think you can go any higher than that. It's very relaxing. Can I land, or will it just kill me? Oh. E-pose. Oh no. You crashed. How did I get into that position? Yikes. I'm inside of his neck. I forgot to check my photo. Whoops. I'm sure it was great. very relaxing. How do you unlock the other stages? So they kind of just get them as you go? Look, I got a job to do here.
All right.
Do this one again. Birdman only leaves to death. Beat the other ones as you go down. Alright. Because it's just these 4 tiers, I believe, right? Not more levels hidden away. I don't know if I have enough height. Maybe? Let me close. Yes. No other ones. It's good. I don't know if I've actually seen any of the other game modes. Like, I remember unlocking the cannonball one, but I don't think I've ever unlocked any of the other ones, so... Be interesting. Probably because I was always terrible at hang gliding. It's one piece of the puzzle. Alright, up to 350. Should be enough. I just need to get this landing down. I get so much speed from this height. That was way too fast. I'm in the truck. How did I get in the truck? That should count for accuracy points. You flare if you send too much. Stop flaring. Drop your nose. Landing is definitely my biggest weakness. There's no doubt about this. Try turlet boiling. Boiling? Bowling? I kind of want to look at like the speedruns for this game. I don't want to until I finish it, but I might watch one at some point. I want to see how the pros play this game. I don't think I've ever watched a Pilotwings speedrun. What if they just gave me the Birdman wings for this level? Easy peasy, right? Cheat the system? I fly up and I torpedo down into the target. No problem. gonna try giving myself a little bit more distance. Give me a chance to lower down where I want to be. Oh, that was not smooth. 87 though, that's a much better score. I'm actually surprised I got that many points on that landing. It was pretty rough. But now I'm only 11 away, so I need to get the other one to 87. Or I could try this one again. Probably work on the other one. Which one was that? Oh, the accuracy. I don't know if I can get 87 out of that. Apparently I have enough to unlock the bonus level though. So do I not need golds on everything? Huh. I mean, do I really benefit from getting all the golds other than making this screen look pretty? Unless it's like all bronze here, all silver here, all gold here. I'm still gonna go for the gold here, at least once.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a person that likes to play like chill indie games, so I totally get that. I think the music is a big part of it too. The music's really good in this game. There's not like a lot of variety, but I feel like it fits the tones pretty well. Just to kind of be like a hangout game. I need to enjoy this game while I'm playing it because I know I'm not going to get that feeling out of a lot of the other games I'm going to play. Game has a lot of redeeming factors that I appreciate. Is there a 64 game I'd like to see a modern remake of? I mean, probably just like the obvious ones, like Mario 64 would be awesome to see with a little bit better controller. Ocarina of Time, great. I mean, I guess those had... Oh, I think I made a mistake here. I am falling quickly. Can I coast there? That's true, there's a DS version of like everything, isn't there? I don't know if I have enough. Saved? Saved? Saved. Not saved. I swooped a little bit too much. I would love to see an updated version of Blast Core. That game is awesome. I mean, they put it in rare replay and it has a way better frame rate than that, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of games that haven't gotten any kind of treatment. Pokemon Snap? They need to make another one of those. Sure. I'm a big fan of Pokemon Snap. Even if it's a pretty short game, I'd love to see a new version of that. I have never actually seen Medieval before. I wasn't really a PlayStation person. Like, I had a PlayStation after PlayStation was done. You don't know any other photography games like that? Pilotwings 64, hello? Look at the photography in this game. There was some photography game on the Super Nintendo that I seem to remember also. I think it was on Super Nintendo. There's definitely one I played that had that like 16-bit style. I can't remember what it was though. Dude, Tetrisphere is so underrated and it holds up so well. So I pretty much grabbed my 64 out of storage before I started collecting for it again. And like Tetrisphere is the first game I put in, and like it's so good. It plays just as well as it used to, and it gets really difficult. I'm a huge Tetris fan though. Tetris and Puyo. I'm all over those two games. I still don't own the new Tetris or the Disney Tetris on 64. I need to get those at some point. I think the problem with the Mini 64 is that they haven't quite figured out, like, there's still so many issues with emulation. Okay, I think I'm gonna try this without AR current. I'm just gonna hope that that timer... I'm gonna hit this too early. That wasn't very smooth. Do I get a huge point deduction for hitting it that early? Yeah, I do. I think I can do this, though. I'm also kind of curious. I know it's not supposed to be good, but the import version, Tetris 64, I kind of want to get that at some point too. I haven't imported like any games or anything, but I kind of want to get a few, like Sin and Punishment and stuff. I know that game's kind of pricey, but Tetris 64, even though it's my understanding it's a terrible game, I want to play with the biosensor, which is like the heartbeat sensor. I've heard it doesn't work well though, so I don't know. Yeah, New Tetris does some weird things with larger blocks. I'm not a big fan of bigger blocks in Tetris, but I'll give it a shot. Alright, so I have a route here. I need to figure out how to add just a little bit of time to it. I'm just going to try to take like wider turns. It's also always been like, I mean, I know it sounds dumb, but it's been one of my like collecting dreams to get a 64 disc drive. I don't know if I ever will though, because those are real pricey and there's not a lot of games, but I'm really enjoying the whole N64 collecting thing, and I want to kind of keep at it after I get all the US titles, I think. I might start doing some like import stuff at that point. Having like the train simulator controller would be kind of cool too. Oh, I'm too low again, aren't I? Oh, God. Right here. GameCube is very challenging to collect for right now, because it's like the hot console. Every time I go to the stores, the GameCube sections are pretty picked over. Yeah, it sounds cool. I know the new Tetris, I've heard the soundtrack too, and I think the music's pretty neat in those games. Tetrisphere is a really good soundtrack, but new Tetris has kind of a cool worldly soundtrack too. Somehow I've never played it though, which is crazy, especially people that like watch a lot of my streams, and I'm a pretty big Tetris guy. Like, I just really enjoy Tetris, so. Oh man, I'm gonna be late on this one. I'm gonna kind of do a risky strat here to try to get closer on the time. Pretty close. That's actually exactly what I needed. That's a pretty good score. That's better than I thought it was gonna go. It's enough for a gold. That's an interesting 3 Tetris games. Tetris DX is really good. I haven't played the new Tetris, so I can't speak for that one. I don't know if I'd put Tetris Sphere in my top 3, even though I like it a lot. I love Dr. Mario though too. I'm kind of excited to get back into like Dr. Mario 64. I want to jump into that a bit more. I played it a little bit when I picked it up, but I haven't put a lot of time into it. Alright, I'm gonna try skydiving. I don't think I've ever actually done this before.
All right.
Complete as many formations as possible? Interesting. See how this... Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. How does this control? It doesn't feel great. I guess I kind of just like rock back and forth. Okay. This doesn't feel great. I don't think I like this one. Can't go... Oh, I can go back up. What? That's not how skydiving works? Okay, maybe this will be okay once I get used to it a bit more, but I don't think I like this mode. It controls a little bit better than I thought originally, but... Oh. I don't... How does this part work, though? Did I want to use the chute that early? I don't know. I don't think I wanted to use my chute that early. It is how skydiving works. Okay. I've never skydived. I'm no expert. What is the outdoors, you know? Yeah, I'm definitely not playing the chute that early again. This takes forever to fall. I don't have a feel for, like, the turns. Oh. Oh, I should also say I'm not a science person. I still somehow got 80 points there. I don't know how to get a good landing impact. There's not a lot of wiggle room there. I'd consider skydiving if my body was in better shape. My spine's kind of jacked up though. try another one of those. Perfect formation. Absolutely incredible. Are these the same, like, set of formations each time? Oh, that was so good. So fast. So furious. Hello, Jay Clark. What did you expect out of Pilotwings? That I'd be flying more vehicles? I mean, I have been. I gotta test my limits here on the chute. I'm gonna try going down to right about the 100 or 20? I don't know. How did that feel? That felt... It actually went better than I thought it would, that landing. 95? Okay, I think I got a good feel for the landing part of it, at least. Let's clean out some of the old games we brought back from the in-laws' house. What kind of stuff you got? Give me some of the hits. I want to know. I love the game collecting world.
Here we go.
If it's all trash, I want to know what's the trashiest, you know? 10 or so N64 games. Hell yeah. That's... What am I missing here? Oh, I'm just not down far enough. 2 Game Boy Colors. Can you believe I've never actually owned a Game Boy Color? I just had like the fat Game Boy, and then I had a Game Boy like Advance. I have a Game Boy Micro also. That's about it. So I'm still thinking about maybe getting a Retron, and when I do, I might start picking up some like Game Boy games. Game Boy games are all so cheap. I kind of want to get some of the hits and play them that way. DVD set of Voltron. Look, whatever you're into. Yeah, this one's so much higher up. I can't use math easily. Oh yeah, I had a DS and a 3DS. I've had a couple 3DSs actually. I broke my DS. Terrible landing. $30 points. Perfect. So I gotta figure out, what do I want for these? Do I just want a medal and everything? Like, is there a point to gaining a gold in all these? Maybe for completion's sake, it'd be worth gaining gold everywhere. I'll come back to that. I have a Game Gear. I don't know why I would ever want to use it, though. Alright, 3 levels. I thought it'd be 4 for sure, but hey, whatever. Fly through the cavern as quickly as possible, then fly through the goal ring at the end. Can I cheat this? Can I, like, go around to the other side? Oh my gosh, close quarters. So I got my Game Gear at like a Goodwill, and it was super cheap, like it was a really good deal. But they put their price tag right in the middle of the screen, so now it's got like gunk that I haven't been able to get off. Kind of a bummer. So convenient for them to put a giant arrow in the tunnel. Whoa. Whoops. Oh, so this one's just straight time. You don't even have to land on it. Master System. I don't think I've ever played a Master System. Is it that much different than a Genesis? Like, is there 3 buttons or is there 2? I still have a bunch of games in storage that I need to go get. I need to find out if my Xbox... I actually have 2 Xboxes, and I need to figure out if those are in working order. There's a couple Xbox games I've been wanting to play. But I know those have some pretty bad, like, leaking capacitor issues. So, I'll try that again. Master System and Game Gear games are basically the same. So it's a 2-button controller. I've just never seen a Master System controller. Like, I know about it. Actually, I can't even think of how many buttons the Game Gear has. I haven't really used my Game Gear that much. Because there's no games on there that I'm like, oh, I need to play that. One and 2. Alright. It's like a Wii controller. Cave is dangerous. So the camera, like down being up and up being down, really messing with me. More than I care to admit. If you couldn't tell. Everything on the N64 is reversed. Which is how I used to play stuff, but new consoles have kind of flipped me over. Oh, that 1 point deduction. 98 though. Can't get much better. Green ball into the goal area. Yeah, I guess flight controls really make sense for this game. I don't know why I'm complaining. Look, I didn't really think that through. Please understand. It's really easy to like lose the ball on this level if I remember right. Oh god. Like a bad spot. By restarting that. I need to not have it fall into a like a cavernous area. I think like I can play both ways now. I've trained myself to do that. It's just like it takes me a little bit of time to get used to it. I'm thinking like playing all these N64 games, I'm gonna get used to it eventually. And then I'll go back to more modern games and I'll be all fucked up. Like I need just a really good start on this. Oh god. Yeah, most of them let you choose to invert. But they don't always. This is not going well. Okay, I got some... Oh, yeah, that's what I needed. A nice big ol' height bump. Like Rocket League. No? Oh god. Not the angle I wanted. Okay, I need a better angle on this. I'm fucking it up. I'm making it worse. Okay, that was way too much height, but maybe that's what I needed. What? It's so close, just go in. That's not a healthy bounce. Oh my god, stop taking my points away. This definitely could be going much better. I can't like get the angle I want. Silly me, I saw this mission and I was like, this is gonna be so easy, but this mountain is unforgiving. Oh. At least I'll get an idea like how long a good score is here. On the plus side, I think I'm gonna be able to wrap this game up in like 2 streams. I'm pretty far into it. Terrible, 53. Gotta say that again. Feel like I can do better. I love how they don't like give you the great angle at the beginning. They kind of make you figure it out. I think really the key at the beginning is you get a low angle and you hit it hard. I think that the biggest key for me is just like hitting it low. Like I don't want to keep it towards the ground. I want to keep it in the air. It's a lot easier to deal with up high. I just dunked it. Oh. I love how the trees are just like angular. I think that's a pretty good angle. I'm gonna sit back on this one. Not as good of an angle as I thought. Though, actually, the ground might help me out here. Yes? Is that good? Not good. My depth perception is a little lacking. Okay. I did get a point deduction. 88. That's pretty good. I guess it depends what this other one is. Oh, it's the touch and go. Oh, I know, yeah, the N64 limitations. I totally get why it's like it is. I think that's part of why I want to play through these games chronologically, is to kind of see the advancements over time, too. Get a feel for, like, the tricks developers used. I'm guessing this one's gonna have like a lot of stops on it. Oh shoot, is this up or is this in the cave? Must be in the cave. Oh, I didn't know there was 2 thrust buttons, actually. Oh shit, I went the wrong way. Where? Huh? Where's this one? Okay, it's way up here. What? Okay. Must be way up. Tight quarters. They're cheering for me again. Love it. I don't know if this is one's in the cave or above. It must be in, right? No. Yellow. little bit more impact than I wanted. 89. It's those point deductions. It's enough for a gold, though. I got the gold right on the nose again, didn't I? Alright.
Here we go.
Got another fly through the rings. Destroy 20 of 30 balloons. And Mecha Hawk. Really a very similar pattern to the last one. I'm guessing they're way harder here, though. What is that white orb floating? I didn't get that ring. Okay. I'm gonna have to learn this one. That is... oh. And way too fast. Get a little excited with the gas sometimes. Something tells me the fuel efficiency on this stage, probably a lot of rings. I might have to take it easy on the gas. Not too many loops. Oh, that's what that white orb was. It's just a ring that isn't open yet. I got it. Seems like this one has like alternate paths for rings too. I'm noticing like sometimes two of them appear on the map, and then when you pick one up, they appear. Good to know. Those rings are crazy. They're like a good strategy for going through a spinning ring? Slowing down, I guess? Some of them go real fast. Definitely missed a bunch of rings, so I don't know how great of a score this one will be, but I guess we'll see. Where is this one? What? That's not at the same height. I think green's good, right? All the frames dipping. Oh, it's way down there. And where is the next ring? Lost. Oh, red. My fuel is running low. That's exactly what I said would happen. I've turned around too many times. Oh, this is the end. I'm just gonna do a risky landing here. I'm getting the head shake, not a good run. Okay, rings, time is the biggest issue. No turning around. I'm gonna retry that one, I think. Gonna have to do it eventually anyway. No, a double ring is a very satisfying noise. That could have gone better. I think my key here is going to be just going for time. Like, we'll hit many rings as possible, but I can't turn around at any point. Upright, yeah. God, it's crazy. I think this is where it dipped way down. Right? Yes. Alright, I've at least passed the test of this is where... And I think after this one is the landing. Slow down a bit. Get a good best landing. $63 points. It's all because of that landing. Time points, I still missed it by 13. Wow. That's gonna be a tough one. 20 out of 30 balloons. Yeah, it's pretty harsh. I missed 4 rings also, I believe. Or 3. I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably... There's probably the same amount of points as rings, I would guess. Yeah, the landing, I totally fucked up on that one. At least what I like about that one, at least, is the last ring really sets you up for a good landing. I just was not thinking about my speed. This one is oddly satisfying. I like shooting the targets. Especially when they're all just kind of bunched up like this. I didn't read the description though. Do I get bonus points if I do extra targets? I'm gonna guess this one probably has a pretty harsh time too. Because I'm imagining there's probably some real quick ways to do it. I probably should have just kept doing that other mission actually, while it's like fresh in my head. I've come this far doing gold, so I'm thinking I might as well just go for all golds. At least on the main stuff. Side stuff I'm not really sure yet, but I'm gonna go for. I want to at least get a medal on everything, I think. But I think the main stuff gold all the way. Baby. Wow. Actual trash. Please land. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on my time here. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose a lot of time points, and I want to have a feel for how fast I should be doing this. There's the grip. Going so fast right now. $303. Getting the fist pump at least. 76. Yeah, that time points. Okay. I want to try it once more, I think. Alright. A decent pass, but I think I can do better. I don't know if this is too tight to hit these, probably. Jeez, whiff. Actually whiff. It's one more sweep than I wanted to do. I think I could definitely do this in like one, well, like 2 sweeps, you know? Slightly better time, I think, but not near where I think I need to be. I think you could get this done in 2 minutes. Or also a terrible angle. Bad landing. It's fine though. I think I need a better time. $84. Time points though, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll do it once more. I think I can get a 90 on this one. I'm kind of fighting the frame rate a little bit. It dips a bit with all these balloons. Okay. Feel alright about that. I don't know how that one hit. Oh, I think I really wasted that last one. Ah, too early. No. Yeah. Not really a better time than last run. But if I can get a better landing, get a little bit better of a time. Wonky landing. I'm just trying to go too fast on the landing, I think. Shit, I didn't brake all the way. Let it go too early. That landing accuracy really killed me. I want to keep going at this one while it's fresh in my brain. I just missed that target with like 4 missiles. My accuracy is like getting worse. Okay, can I just hit one of these? Of course not. Okay. That was not a great run. Oh god. Perfect landing. Couldn't be better. I was going way too fast. I'm gonna keep doing this until I get a 90 on it. That's all I'm saying. I need at least a 90 on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to rush the ending. Sometimes though, I'm just like, I was flying out of that ending at like 250 kilometers an hour. Can I just run into these at all? What would that do? Did I die? Or would they break? I should have went for this line instead. Didn't really think about it. Ooh, that's a pretty good shot. I think I can get one of these on the way around. Okay. Got that angle at the end. I had a really good time though. Guess what? Time don't pay the bills. Need a good landing. Wait, did I just pop a balloon with my propeller? I can run into them. That's why there's two rows. You fly into the top row, you shoot the bottom row as you're going. Genius. I should have just tried that earlier. I just kind of assumed I would just crash into them. Oh, I mean, it said what happened is when I popped one, I hit it with my propeller blades and it said balloon cleared instead of hit. I'm pretty sure that I can just run into them. I'll try it on my next run if this one doesn't work. I could have had such a good time on this one. I would have just hit that last balloon. But the text was different. That's the only reason I'm pretty sure that you can. Okay. Get in great. Ugh. That was awful. I'm gonna try my theory. Just need to know if it works. Because if that's the case, you get 6 balloons out of that run. Pretty easy. I don't know if that would make a huge difference. Nice aim. Well, it works. That was a bad angle, though. I don't think it actually saves me any time at all. I bet, like, if you were really good at this game, you could get flying through them to make it a lot easier. I mean, I could just fly into them instead of shooting them, but where's the fun in that? I mean, I think you just kind of assume with this game that anything you run into is going to give you some great crash animation. I tried to get cocky there. Didn't work. Oh god. Ugh. Pull back. Not a great time. Let's just work on the landing this time. Pretty smooth landing. It's true, if it was the real world, you'd probably die anyway. I felt like that was a pretty smooth landing, but that accuracy wasn't that great. What is my score up to? 84. I gotta get like a 90. I gotta. I'm getting a little sick of playing this one over and over. I'll probably actually wrap up the stream pretty soon. Maybe I'll finish just this section. Or at least get a score on everything in this, as in like the copter missions. I'm pretty confident that I can wrap this up in tomorrow's stream. It's like using scissors as a kid. True. Easier said than done, you know? I just gotta land right in the middle. Had a good impact on that one, at least. There's a positive to be had. That's a pretty good swoop. I don't know if can I get... My God. I just hit 3 of these. Yes. This is my best time. If I could just get a good landing here, that'd be great. Man, I tell you, me and landing don't go together well. 87. It's close enough, I think, for now. Ugh, it's still not where I want to be. Or was I at 87 before? I don't even remember. I'm gonna get a score on the other one. See how hard that one is. It's like if I don't get a 90 there, that means I gotta get a 93 on something else. And I have to do that flying one again, too. I didn't even check on that last level. Is there, like, crazy wind, like, on this level? Maybe that's why my landings are so rough. Oh, I remember this one. He's, like, in the ocean. I did better. Okay. Was I at 84 before? I just can't remember my scores. He's throwing icicles at me, like I'm on the Titanic. I don't know if that was a big enough swoop. What? Robbed. It might be a good enough score to hold. We'll see. It depends how this one goes. Man, I'm still gonna have to land here. Oh. Wait, where did I know that he, like, sniped me, but... Oh, I should have looked at the replay. Where did I go? I just vanished from existence. Game over, man. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a score on this one, and then I'll probably wrap up the stream for today and finish it tomorrow. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for golds on all the initial missions, and then just get some kind of medal on everything else. There was no replay. Well, that's good to know. Oh, that was a good shot. Beautiful. So far, so good. Actually, a lot harder when he's in the water to hit him. Ah, he's gotta stop swimming and start throwing stuff at me again. Oh, the whales. There's a bunch of them. Actually, I just need to slow down. That's really what my problem is here. Got a lead foot. not snipe the whales. I'm sorry, whales. I didn't mean it. Oh, the ice. How many times do I have to hit him? 5? Is that right? Only got 2 so far. Alright. Alright, 2 left. If he wouldn't have thrown that at the last second, I might have had him. I'm gonna run out of fuel for sure. Because I still have to hit him twice, and my fuel is getting low. Alright. That didn't actually look like it hit him, but whatever. One more. Fuel is getting critical. Wow. He dodged it. I can't believe it. He knew when to dive. Oh boy. We're going to have to lay off gas now. Alright. He's down. We got limited fuel. Don't know which way this ramp is going to be pointing. Just going to kind of coast into it. Oh, it's right there. It's going to be a tough landing. Out of the target, aren't I? Eek. I got 0 points for that. I got 0 time points anyway. That might be because I didn't land, I don't know. I'm gonna try that one once more. That would be a good time for a Game Shark. I have 2 of them. I gotta do this legit though, right? That's just the way it is. Unlimited fuel would definitely help on this level. You're not wrong. He's just swimming like a crazy person. It's never in like a there's gotta be some like RNG to this guy. I don't think it has to do with my flying abilities. Alright, well there's one. I have to lead my shots just a little bit. He's got to swim into him. Actually, I'm curious if I can hit him while he's swimming. I'm assuming he probably can. But sometimes he just completely goes underwater. Hello, David. How are you doing? I'm actually just wrapping up. I'm gonna play a little bit longer here, but I'm calling it for the night lately. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming every night this week, so if you need something to watch, I'll be around. That did not look like it hit him at all. Honestly, I've made more progress in this game today than I thought I would. It's a pretty short game. You just kind of stood there for that one. I got him right in the shoulder. This is going great. I just need to hit him once more. I have so much fuel though, which means I'm making really good time. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, we just gotta get a good landing. What are the odds I'm gonna choke here? Pretty high, I'm sure. Smart, I'd approach from the other side, I think. Not. I want that time bonus. Is this a plane? Kind of? Kind of like a combination plane helicopter. 86. That's pretty good. But one of these scores is going to have to improve at some point. I don't want to try the first one once more. This is going to be that thing where I keep saying I'm going to stop and then I just do one more level. I'll try this one once more. See if I can get this one into the 80s at least. Yeah, it's kind of like a combination of a plane and a helicopter at once. Now that time bonus was so tight last time. I gotta figure out. Wait, so is this like a real vehicle? Is this a thing that you can get? Can I buy one of these right now? I mean, I gotta see if I can get a good, get this thing. Crazy one. I don't know how I cleared that. Wait, which Bond movie? That's actually interesting. I've seen most of the Bond movies. I don't remember this, though. My memory's also terrible, so... There's that. Oh, we dive in. Okay. I don't know. You only live twice. Okay. I don't think I really remember that one. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. 91. That's pretty good. So I still need to make up 6 points. So one of these scores has to improve. Which is easier to improve, though? Is this one easiest to improve? I don't think so. That was a pretty good run. Huh. I only need 6 points. Dude, I love just reading random Wikipedia articles. It's great. Learn so much. I feel like this run was really good. That it would be hard to improve. I know I've done this one like a billion times, but if I could just get the landing down here, I feel like this is going to be the easiest place to make up those points. I mean, maybe I just need to improve both of them a little bit. If I can get everything above a 90, that would be ideal. Pretty good first pass there. Dude, my accuracy is way better now. I feel like I've relaxed a little bit. Oh my god, I thought I hit it and I didn't. That would have been such a good time. Like, actually next level. There's actually no wind on this level, so that's not what my problem is. Yo. That impact wasn't great, I don't think. That's pretty straight. That's a good fist pump. 93! I did it! I got exactly the amount of points I needed. Hell yeah. I got that gold. So all that's left is really the hang glider. I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow because I do not have the patience for that right now. And then I'll go through, try to get medals on all the extra games. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go for golds on all these. I mean, it would be nice, but some of them aren't super fun. But I'm gonna wrap up the stream tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this. I did beat Mario yesterday. It took me 7 hours, 15 minutes, all 120 stars. Pretty good. Pretty good run. That one I know a lot better than this one. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna end on a Birdman. I will do some more Birdmans tomorrow though, for sure. I need to go to sleep. I'm tired. So yeah, the plan for tomorrow, same time, be streaming about 6 Central, 7 Eastern. If I finish this game, we'll get into Wave Race right away. Which that should be a fun one. I have no clue what kind of goals I want to do on that one, but that's a game I used to know very well, and I don't really remember it that well anymore, so it'll kind of be like starting fresh. But yeah, I am out of here. Have a good night. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow.